Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. So I'll keep on admitting students, but now it's time. So I'll start. So first of all, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Mansi Tripathi. I am the TA for this course, Wastewater Treatment and Recycling. So before starting, I would like to ask few questions. Like, how many of you can raise your hand? How many of you are from engineering background? Yeah, please raise your hand. Okay, so it's quite good number. Okay, fine. You can lower your hands. Thank you, everyone. So those who are from engineering background, maybe they are aware of this course and what's in it. And those who are not, so for them, yeah, is there, if there is someone who want to say something? Shubham, you want to say something? Okay, I think that raised hand is from the previous question, so you can lower it down. So what I was saying is, those who are not from the engineering background, so this course is pretty much about the water which we have already used. Now that has been converted to wastewater. So for the treatment of that particular wastewater, we'll be taking this course. Okay, yes. So, see, most of the concepts, theoretical part, and pretty much everything was taken care by the sir. So, he has taught you all those things in his respective lectures. So, those who want to take the examination to get this certificate for this particular course, so I'll be helping you with the assignments. Like, we'll solve some questions which were related to the assignments, and if there is any doubt, I'll help you with them. Okay, so uh, see, I'm admitting people are coming continuously. Okay, so I'll share my screen now, and there will be some questions. See, in this week one, it was basically theoretical and it was an introductory session, so there won't be any numericals, but there are theoretical questions. And I hope in the assignment one, if you have seen, the questions are theoretical only. So what we'll do, we'll solve for week one or week two, in which most of the questions are theoretical. We'll just see some theoretical questions, and from the next week, we'll solve the numerical ones. Okay. So the questions that I'll share with you, if you want to pursue GATE, that will be helpful too. GATE, ESE, or any other engineering examination. So that question will be helpful. Those questions are mostly from those exams only. So that will be good for you if you are taking those examination in your future. So I'll share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Could you please confirm if it's visible? Okay. Thank you, Vishnu. So, see, we are here for solving question basically, but in case you have any doubt in the lectures, in the lecture by sir, or in any other, or if whatever questions I'll show, if you have any doubt in any of them, you can please interrupt me in between and ask. Okay. So, I am a PhD scholar in IIT Madras, and I am working in waters only, water and wastewater treatment only. So I'll be able to help. So coming to the first question. So this is your first question. The usage of generated wastewater for beneficial purposes like horticulture or irrigation with no prior wastewater treatment is known as. So the important point in this question is that there is no prior wastewater treatment. So what can be the answer? You can answer in the chat box. Options are reusing, recycling, reclamation, or all of the above. So the key here is no prior wastewater treatment.
Week1 is
Can you please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you want to say something, Satya? Okay. So here I think, see, here is the difference between reusing, recycling, and reclamation. So first of all, you need to know the difference. So just imagine this is a water stream. This is where we are using those streams, and from here wastewater is generated. Okay, this is water and this is wastewater, and this is the use. Whatever thing, in whatever way we are using, like drinking, washing clothes, or anything, water we are using and wastewater is generated. And just imagine this is a treatment plant. If this wastewater goes to the treatment plant, it's get treated, then we are reusing it, then it's called recycling. Okay, and when this, see, you are using water, you are generating the waste, you are generating waste here. Now if this water, wastewater, you are using without any treatment, then it is called reusing. Okay, so I hope you got this, the answer of this question. Okay, so there is a pretty much difference between recycling and reusing. Recycling means you will clean that water, and you are drinking the water, or you are washing clothes. Water goes out of your bathroom drain to the wastewater treatment plant. To wastewater treatment plant, it is getting treated here. Then this water is again coming to your home. This is process is called recycling. Okay, but you are washing clothes, you are storing that water, then you use the same water for washing, for say your floor, your house floors, or washing your stairs, then that is called reuse of water. So without any treatment, if you are using the same water, it's reusing. I hope you got the answer of this question. So the answer is A, reusing, because Here, there is no prior wastewater treatment. Is there any doubt? Anyone? I hope you understand the concept of this question. If there is any doubt, you can interrupt me in between and ask. Okay. Thank you, Vishnu, for confirming. So, this is the second question. The non-point sources of pollution are. So, the non-point sources of pollution are. So, as you know, there are two types of pollution sources. One is point, one is non-point. So, could you please try to answer this question in the chat box? Okay. More answers, please. Only two, three people are answering. Others have not taken course. Others have not gone through the lectures. See, when you will try to interact, now, then only you will learn. And these are very basic questions. This everyone should know. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll see the answers now. So solution is C. Solution is C. See, the non-point sources are not easy to locate. As we know, as in case of point source, like we know from where the water is coming, how much water is coming, okay, how much concentration is there. That we know for point source. But for non-point source, it's in a large area. Okay, that's why we have no idea how much water is there, what concentration of water is there. So that is why the option will be C. Many in numbers but with small flows. Okay, coming to the next question. Select the odd one out among the following. So this is basic terminology questions. You need to remember the terms. You need to know the terms. These are some basic terms that you will use in all this water and wastewater journey. So domestic wastewater, municipal wastewater, storm water, and sewage. Oh, very good, very good, very good. So yes, the correct answer is sewage because domestic wastewater and municipal wastewater are kind of same thing, and sewage, as you know, we sometimes call every wastewater sewage. So storm water is just rainwater. There is nothing else. In further studies, you will know that in some countries of the world, in India, what we have a drain in which our wastewater from our home will go, as well as whatever rain we face, rainwater also goes in the same drain. But in some countries, we have two different channels. One is for the wastewater and other is for the storm water. You will see the construction and all those process, why we do what we do in the further upcoming classes. So that's why this knowledge is very important. That what we are treating, are we treating storm water means rainwater, or we are treating wastewater? So there is difference between the two. I hope you guys understand the difference, or if not, you will see in further classes. So for the basic point, I will say that in storm water, there is so much water, less pollutant, okay, and less organic matter. But in wastewater, the flow will be less. It may or may not be less depending upon the usage, but the concentration of the organic matter as well as nutrients will be very high. So let's see question number 4. Which of the following statement is true regarding the different types of wastewater? So you guys try to answer this question. Oh, so this generally, industrial effluents are lesser polluted than municipal sewage. Water from agricultural sector is usually low in organic matter. Water from toilets is high in chemical content but relatively low concentration of pathogens. Yes, others? Good. Okay. Shall we see the answer? So, answer is B. See, water from agricultural sector have high nutrient load. Acha, why water from agricultural sector have high nutrient load? Any idea? Can you answer in the chat box or you can unmute and answer? That would be better. Why there is high nutrient concentration in agricultural wastewater?
Because of fertilizers.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. So organic matter will be less. It's not like a crop will break inside it and it will go along with the flow. Okay. So most of the time what happened? We use fertilizers. We use that in excess. Whatever, if 5 milligram per liter is required, we will use 7. So that is the problem with us. And this fertilizer thing is creating further problems. That's why in our wastewater treatment plants, we are trying to remove these nutrients as well. Okay, so in agricultural wastewater, nutrient load is high, but organic content is less. And in industrial effluent, we have high pollution load because in uh, in our daily domestic wastewater that we use in our homes, what will be high? There will be some detergents in little amount. There will be some organic matter from our kitchens. There will be feces. There will be urine. All these things will be there. But what happens in industry? If we are talking about any tannery industry, tannery like leather industry or those things, so where there will be very high chromium. See, such chromium concentration will not be available in normal domestic wastewater. Okay, so that is why in
Wait,
industrial, yeah, you want to say something? Anyone? Is there something?
No, ma'am, continue, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, what happens in industrial wastewater? One or two particular contaminant will be very high. Very high means like very high. And so that is why that particular industrial wastewater is polluted. And one more difference for domestic wastewater, there will be one treatment scheme, okay, that we can follow. One treatment scheme in the sense we will know what to treat, when to treat, we'll know. But in case of industrial wastewater, what we see, what we experience is for every particular industry, we need some different kind of sophisticated treatments. So that is also a problem with the industrial wastewater because every industry differs in their contaminant value. Okay, moving towards next question. Outflow from which of these household units contribute to grey water? See, there are various types of grey water, and we have given some kind of color code to them. Yellow water, black water, grey water, all those things. So the question is, what contributes grey water? Bathroom and kitchen tap, lawn and garden drainage, or toilet, or all of the above? Yeah. Please answer this question. Yes. Go on. Others? 60 people are there and only few of you are answering. Okay, good. So shall we see the answer? So answer is A, bathroom and kitchen tap. See, when we consider toilet, it has pathogens. Okay, so we treat it, we try to keep it separate from the rest of the water. So when we talk about toilet, it's black water. Okay, and the other forms of wastewater are considered as grey water. And I have told you one more term, yellow water. So yellow water is basically urine. Okay, so in some research or some books they mention yellow water as a separate thing. because in many countries and even in India and good research institutions, they are practicing to separate urine water. Like there are separate ways to collect urine water and the water which we use to flush our feces, so that the treatment scheme can be different because there are so many nutrients in urine water. Okay, coming to the next question. Select the correct order in terms of degree of pollution. Same kind of question like the previous one. Light gray water, heavy gray water, and black water. All of you are right. So black water, that is water from toilets, has the highest degree of pollution because of pathogens. See, there is no problem with the black water. The problem is with the pathogens and high organic load. High organic load is fine because high organic load you will find everywhere. But this pathogens is mostly attributed towards the black water, means the water from the toilets. Okay, and rest of the thing, as you can see, heavy is of course heavier than the light. So going towards next question. In addition to water, a wastewater typically contains nutrients, organic matter, and microbial pollutants, or all of the above. Okay, very good. Keep on answering. Okay. So whenever we talk about water, see, if this is water, na, only this much amount will be any pollutant. So in water, that is why water is a resource. Wastewater is a resource because only if we remove this much amount, na, this much amount if we remove, what we will get is the pure water. So, but in this much amount contains so many things like nutrients will be there, especially nitrogen, phosphorus. They will come from our
Hello, ma'am.
pesticide.
Can you explain, please?
Yes. Hello. Could you please be louder? Yes, Mohammed Faiz. Or if you can type your question. No
Continue,
problem.
ma'am.
No problem. No problem. It's okay. So what I was saying, and this pollutant, now there are so many things. Most of them are like some of them are nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus that comes from our fertilizers as well as the surf, shampoo, or any personal products that we use, which releases foam. Okay, and then coming to organic matter is like, yeah, the matter from the toilet, it will be there, of course. Second, anything from the kitchen, any method, any food that we consume, so the peelings of banana or apple or any fruit, anything, it contains organic matter. Okay, and the microbial pollutants. So microbial pollutants will come from, like pathogens will come from toilets, and the other things, other microbes like, yeah, if we are ill, whatever we'll sneeze, all those things, they will also go inside water sometimes. So I hope you understand the answer of this question. So its answer is D, all of the above. Apart from water, in that small portion, all these things will be there. Okay. So moving towards next question. Select the non-point sources of pollution among the following. Try to answer this question. kind of same question. What is point and non-point source? Just understand the difference. The point source in which we can measure or we can quantify how much water is there, how much concentration is there. It's easier to quantify and we know from where the water is coming. And in non-point source, we have no idea from the where the water is coming. That is the basic difference. Where you just need to answer where. Okay, good. Shall we see the answer? So answer is B. Answer is B. Okay, B means second, third, and seventh. So industrial effluent. So the first one was industrial effluent outlets. So from any industries, if water is coming just from the industries, we'll know, okay, the water is coming from this industry. So that is a point source. Pollutant deposited through atmospheric deposition. So whenever we we see acid rain. When we talk about acid rain, so from the air, from the atmosphere, rain will come. So we won't know which industry has released acid gases that has gone into the atmosphere and it has condensed and it is falling in form of rain. We have no idea, right? From which industries it has gone. Okay, so that is why that is non-point source. Non-toxic chemicals from urban runoff. So urban runoff means the effluent or the rainwater, you can say. When we talk about runoff, it means rainwater, excess rainwater. So we don't know from where this rainwater is coming, what is happening. That is why it is a non-point source. Fourth is discharge from oil refineries. See, here we know it's coming from oil refineries. So we know the source. It's from oil refinery. That is why it's a point source. Fifth is landfill. Yeah, in landfill also we know that this water is coming from that particular landfill. Sixth is discharge from sewage treatment plant. Yes, we know. Seventh, nutrient from faulty septic system. So if there is in some place, if there is very high nutrient concentration, we have no idea from where it's coming. Okay, it may be from any industry, it may be from any agricultural field. So that is why it's non-point source. Coming to next question. Identify, see, there are two statements, statement A and B. This is, I think, a recent question from competitive examination, so it will be helpful. A water pollutant is a foreign substance in water which may or may not create harmful effects. So here you need to know the difference between the pollutant and the contaminant. B is point source pollutions are easier to manage than than non-point source pollutions. Try to answer this question. Just try to understand the difference between pollutant and contaminants. I'll give you a hint. Like in contaminant, anything, if we have water, anything is coming, it's contaminant, and if we know it's harmful, then it's pollutant. Pollutant is always harmful. Contaminant can be harmful, may or may not be harmful. So we'll see the answer now. So answer is C. Statement A is false and statement B is true. Because why it is false? see, here we are talking about pollutant, right? And here it's written may or may not be harmful. Okay? But in pollutant is mostly harmful. That is why C is correct. Means statement A is false and statement B is true. Because point source are easier to manage because we know from where it's coming, how much is coming. Any doubt? You can interrupt me in between. So, this is the next question. Discharging untreated wastewater into water bodies may have economic impacts, such as when we discharge untreated wastewater, then what happens? We are talking about finance here. Okay, finance. Please remember economic impacts. What economic impacts we can have? This is the kind of trick question. You will be bound to answer incorrectly. Please read it properly. If I say those who have answered here, all the answers are incorrect. Can you think why? Okay, we'll see the answer, then I'll tell you. Answer is B. Because I'm talking about economic impacts, means financial impacts. If this wastewater is untreated, then why there will be cost in higher budget for wastewater management? If option A is if, okay, utilities spend higher budget for water management, means water treatment if they are doing, then this A option would have been included, it would have been correct because we are treating the water, but here it's written wastewater treatment and this discharge is untreated. So they are not spending a penny on this treatment. Okay? That is why A was wrong. B is correct. Any doubt? I hope you understood.
Excuse me, madam, but
Yes.
here the first thing, a utility spend higher budget on wastewater management. It is a used water management. So again, if you do not manage wastewater, again there is an economic impact on the downstream activities like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
water bodies and all.
Hmm. See,
This is not a water management, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying now. We are discharging untreated wastewater. Means we are not spending a penny. The wastewater management services are not spending anything on the wastewater treatment. The question is that is no, because we are discharging untreated wastewater into the water bodies. So they are not spending anything on that water. That is why wastewater management concept is not here.
Okay, okay,
I hope you understood the question.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sheila, you want to say something? Sheila Raghu?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, we are not spending any money for this management in treatment
Yeah.
management. So
Yes.
that.
So these are trick questions. These questions sometimes come in competitive examination. Okay, so you need to understand what they want to ask. Okay, shall we move on to other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Which of the following diseases can be reduced by improving sanitation and wastewater treatment? Dengue, cholera, diarrhea, all of the above. Yes. See, first of all, we need to understand if these diseases are related to water or wastewater or not. If they are related to water, then yes, if we improve the sanitation facilities, these diseases will be gone. Okay, so when we talk about dengue, means it's related to mosquito breeding. And where do mosquito breed? Where there is bad water, where there is contaminated water collected. Okay, when we talk about cholera, how and cholera and diarrhea, both of these diseases, how they are spreaded? They are spreaded from infected person. Okay, when their waste gets into the water and the healthy person consumes that water. So means A, B, C, all of them are waterborne diseases. All of them are related to water. So that is why option D is correct. Any doubt, guys? Okay. I hope you understood this question. In case of any doubt, please ask. Next question is, one of the primary challenges in recycling wastewater is, okay, we are recycling. I hope you understood what is recycling. When this wastewater goes to the treatment plant, okay, then only we call it recycled water. So what are the challenges? Requires treatment to produce safe water fit for designated use. Not if enough wastewater is generated, it's about quantity. There are potential environmental risks even with recycling adequately treated water.
Ma'am,
Yes? Yeah, please say something. You want to say something? If you have doubt, if you are really interested to study, you can stay. Otherwise, you can leave. No problem. These video will be available on YouTube. Okay, you can watch them later. And if you really want to study and study, then only stay. Okay, we'll see the answers now. So answer is A. So we have enough wastewater. Of talking about option B, we have enough wastewater. You see it everywhere. When there is rain, even no rain period, we have enough wastewater. So quantity is never a problem. See, is there potential environmental risk when we are treating the wastewater? Then there is no risk. Okay, and D and all of the above. So A is right. So this is the primary challenge. Yes, yes, Sahas, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. A small doubt.
Yeah,
With regards to point B, not enough wastewater is generated. Like in treatment plants, like you need those microbes to actually do the work, right? So sometimes when the wastewater is not there, then
yeah,
like that will also be a challenge, right? You need to have a sufficient load to treat the bacteria, like to
yeah,
treat the food. So in
yeah.
that case, that would also be a challenge, right?
See, this is very good doubt, very good doubt. So, when you will you are an engineering student.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
which
I'm
year?
actually working right now, but then I'm into like
Ah,
water treatment.
yeah. See, what happens now? First of all, whenever we want to install any waste water or wastewater treatment plant, we survey the area. Okay. So, when we survey the area, we try to obtain information how much water or wastewater will be present and for how much time in the year that wastewater that enough wastewater will be there, or like all those things we survey the area. Accordingly we decide the treatment scheme. So you must have heard of anaerobic treatment scheme.
Yes.
So when there is less water, less wastewater generated, what we do, we go for anaerobic treatment stream for a small time, for small duration in the air.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens in anaerobic? When there is, we have anaerobic bacteria, right? So when there is enough water, anaerobic bacteria will act on them.
Okay.
Okay, now what happens when there is less water, less nutrient load? These anaerobic bacteria can survive without food for 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, so we keep them on standby. We try to collect more water. When the enough water is there, then we transfer it. Okay,
Okay. Got it.
so if you are doing the survey properly, then quantity of wastewater will never be the problem.
Fine.
Instead, you will save the cost. Okay,
Okay. Got it.
thank you. Any more question? Okay. Shall we move forward? This was very good question. So this is a matching type of question. So you can answer the question. Match the wastewater resources management option with the process implemented. Processes are feeding wetlands, biogas or biomass production, agriculture and aquaculture. So for these processes, what kind of wastewater treatment is required? Please answer this question. Yes. Mhm. Good. So yes, solution is B. See, energy generation is pretty much obvious. Biogas is equal to energy generation. Okay. So combined wastewater and nutrient recycling, agriculture. If we have nutrients still in our wastewater, we can divert it to agriculture and aquaculture. So it may work. And ecosystem replenishment, we can feed the wetlands. Wetlands are used, what happens in wetland, we use plants or any biological means to remove the pollutant from water. Okay, that is how wetlands are used. So B is the correct option. Okay, I'll move to the next question. Select the incorrect statement regarding centralized and decentralized management system. I hope you know the difference between centralized and decentralized management system. In centralized management system, what happens? Uh, for the whole area, there will be one water or wastewater treatment plant for the whole area. And in decentralized management systems, we have separate units, separate management practices, wastewater or water, for water or wastewater, in small management practices spreaded in the whole area. So that is decentralized. One example can be many of us have septic tanks in our homes, right? So septic tanks are not just for storing the water. If you are designing it properly, it can be used as a wastewater treatment system, the first wastewater treatment system. So that is decentralized system. Septic tanks are decentralized system because every home has their own septic system, septic tank system, or even in a colony we can have in a colony we can have one centralized septic tank system for the all houses in the colony. From there, the water can go to some centralized wastewater treatment plants. So septic tank is an example of decentralized system. Yes. Any more answers? Okay, we'll see the answers now. So answer is B. So in centralized system, see, we'll start from option A. So option A was transport of sewage takes longer time in centralized system than decentralized system. So we'll see how it works. Like these are small houses and we have a wastewater treatment plant. So sewage will go from here. See what happens now. We have a big drainage system, master drains. So sewage will grow from here to here, then like this it will go to the master drainage, then it goes to treatment plants. So sewage takes longer time from the centralized system in the centralized system. And what happens in decentralized system? If we have like septic tank of our own, what will happen? The water will directly go from one place to another. No problem. Very small travel time is required. Coming to C, the capacity of sewage treatment plant in centralized system is higher. Of course, since this treatment plant is taking care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, of course the capacity will be higher. in comparison to the small treatment plant we have for our own. These monitoring and handling of sewage is easier in the decentralized system. Yes, because we know how much water is coming, what is the pollutant. That's why we can monitor easily in decentralized system. That is why B option is incorrect, because the number of C in decentralized system we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sewage treatment plants, but for centralized we have only one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what happening. So that is why option B is
Hello.
incorrect. Yes, Ashish?
Ma'am, can you please tell us that what is the practical budget difference between centralized and decentralized system for a particular population? Any practical example in our country or maybe?
See, yeah, this is a good question. See, budget difference. See, I don't have numbers. What exactly budget difference do we have? Like I'm talking about Chennai. See, I'm from IIT Madras. What we do is for the whole IIT Madras. Just a second. See, for the whole IIT Madras, we have one STP. Okay, and in IIT Madras, there is one centralized STP for the whole of water is coming from everywhere, like from our laboratories, from hostels, everywhere water is going to one centralized STP in IIT Madras. Now, for the whole Chennai, we have many different STPs. So this is taking care, this centralized system is taking care of a big area. This STP is taking care of just IIT Madras and these STP is taking care of big areas. So when, see, break events analysis. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
tell.
for optimization of the
Yeah, see, what happens is when we talk about any centralized system, the drainage system will be high, the drainage network will be very large, but in decentralized system, drainage network is small. So drainage network is a factor which is high in centralized and low in decentralized. Now, the treatment plant capacity and design. When we talk about capacity, that will be very high in centralized than in decentralized. Okay, now talking about labor requirement. There are many things which we consider. Talking about labor requirement. Number of labors required for centralized, say for example, just say there are 10. But for different 5 different decentralized, even if the number of labor is half, 5, but there are how many decentralized plants? 5. Total labor requirement is 25. Okay. So when we come towards labor, decentralized is costly. When we talk about drainage network, centralized costly. Capacity, centralized is costly. Now coming towards maintenance. Um, if any one equipment in the centralized system is faulty, the whole area will be collapsed. Okay, but when we talk about decentralized, only a particular area will be collapsed. Or maybe we can divert water from one side to another, or we can have some service reservoir where we can hold water for some time till that particular equipment gets proper. So there are various factors which we need to know to determine this budget difference. Okay, so I don't have any number how much budget difference is there, and I hope no one has the number. So overall, sometimes centralized is costly, so sometimes decentralized is costly. Okay, when you will go to any small area, then centralized will be good. It depends upon the population also. If the population is less now, then decentralized will go very costly, but centralized will be good. In villages now, you cannot make different decentralized treatment plants, but in a big city you can make. So population is also a factor. Okay. Yes, Samar?
But ma'am, some kind of theory must be there, na? This much times the budget could differ
See, of course, there is some theory. There is
for
some
a
theory.
particular population, any particular population, XYZ. For
Yeah, I think I have one data. What I will do now when I will share this information, this video and the lecture notes, I will attach that data and I'll note it down. I'll just attach that data. Maybe that will be helpful for you.
okay, ma'am.
Is that okay? I'll note it down.
Okay, ma'am.
Population centralized. Okay. Let's see next question. So this one is the last question. So identify the incorrect features of an industrial discharge. Oh, there was someone. There was someone else who wanted to say something, right? A raised hand was there. I don't remember the name. You want to say something? Okay, you can ask in between. No problem. So identify the incorrect features of an industrial discharge. So this is talking. Here we are talking about industrial discharge. So keep that word in mind. It includes wastewater generated from various operations in industries. The effluent is discharged through pipes channels as in an identifiable source. Industries can be fined if not complying with the regulations. It is difficult to monitor and dilution rates cannot be calculated. Yes, more answers? Good. Okay, we'll see the answer now. So answer is D. Someone has answered A. So yeah, we are talking about incorrect features, right? So I hope you didn't see this question properly. It's incorrect. We need to find out the incorrect. So D is the correct. Uh, D is the correct answer and the incorrect option. See, as we know, this is a point source, and in point source, we know how much to monitor and the dilution rates and all. Yes, it will be like we need to take care of a particular contaminant. We need to make some. We need to design the treatment plants, keeping specific to this industry. Yes, but we can monitor. We can monitor what's in there. It will be easy. Okay. So that's all. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
If you have any doubt, like if you are unable to understand any concept in English, then you can say I can speak in Hindi, no problem. Okay, Ambuj?
Ma'am, do you know Tamil, ma'am?
No, no, no. Only English Hindi.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
learning.
ma'am.
Maybe I'll know soon.
Okay, ma'am.